Morning everyone, this is week 5. We've got a visitor today here for our video. Richard, up. He's here briefly, I believe. So we're moving into our first week of marketing for our auctions. Some of them are on 3 or 4 week, 21 or 28 day campaigns. So they'll be starting as of today, and obviously running through to the 23rd. That's our sale day, and we're just going to cover a few things. Finance is probably the first thing to deal with. We had a massive week last week with a lot of meetings, a lot of Zoom meetings with banks and private funders. We've set up our own network now of private funders. Should the buyers not be able to find funding, but it's a case. Our little friend there has gone to sleep. He's had his exercise for the day. So the financial part of the transaction, we found in 2023 that funding was very fickle, to say the least. And now we're finding even the private funders are down around the 40, maximum 50% over 2 years, 1 to 2 years. So they're the ones that are bringing the buyers in. So that reflects in the sale prices. I suppose the reality is, whatever your figures are, the value of your land and buildings, really they're lending on the land and buildings, and depending on what your business is trading, you might get a wee bit for that, but really we're finding that poor profits, you're not getting a lot of money for the business. If the business needs to be or the facility needs to be refurbished, that has to be factored into the situation. So for instance, you're selling a hotel, let's say it was worth $1 million at the start of last year. It's depreciated, now it needs to be refurbished. If it's needs anywhere between $300,000 and $500,000 to refurbish it, if it's a pub, that has to be funded by the purchaser and not the bank. The banks won't lend on that. So and then the banks will only lend on 40 to 50% of the purchase price. So the buyer has to come in with a lot more equity, and therefore they can't spend as much in the sale and the purchase of the property. And hence, especially pubs that are now ready for the refit. So let's say you did a refit 5 years ago. Every 5 years you should be refitting, if you don't keep it up to date every year. So that's a reality. So your bars and your rooms and bathrooms all have to be refitted, kitchens. So that's where we're at with the finance. We do have now 2 privates, good lead into CommBank. So those avenues are there if the buyers don't have their own avenues. Now moving right along to 2024 marketing campaigns, we've changed some of our campaigns, updated. We had a big rethink after our last auction in December. We found that we did attract a lot of buyers, but the market moved down on us, and our reserves didn't reflect that movement. So we have changed our campaign somewhat, and it reflects, it's got to be a link to the value of the property, and really you really can't spend less on auctioning a hotel or motel than you would on a residential property. And that's probably something we fell into 2022, 2023, that vendors weren't spending enough on our campaign, and that reflected in some of the results that we weren't attracting all the right buyers. So you've got to reinvest, and it's tax deductible. Your accountant can sort that out. You know, it's a marketing, and it's no different to your sale fee. They'll be factoring that in. So yeah, it's new marketing campaigns, pretty exciting. Our social media campaigns just going through the roof. That's where we're focusing more and more of our effort. Our banners, going back to our banners were very, very successful, and there was a wee bit of a individuality, I suppose, of some of the vendors not wanting banners on the properties, and if we can put one on, if you don't have the if the property doesn't lend it, you know, it's a corner side, it has a roof, and then you have your veranda, and we can't get it up there, so be it, because it'll just get ripped down by your patrons. But yeah, we'll get those first floor banners up. That's pretty important. Right, existing stock. Yeah, we've got some existing stock there. Getting it priced to sell. That's the key. A variety of stock, motels, hotels. We also have a rural property, Moringo, beautiful little country town, really a village. So yeah, some fantastic stock there. The market, going to have a variety of marketing reports coming through the website, Facebook. We'll release them on Facebook, obviously. Yeah, they'll cover a variety of things that we've been requested to do, from the wall report once a week. We'll also put in a bit of stock sales throughout the region, so I'll go up to Cowra and so on, so we'll put some stock reports in there as well. There will be some inner west property reports, so there's going to be a little bit more reporting. You'll see some educational stuff. There'll be some auctioneer training videos, so you understand why the auction system works, has done for the last 35 years for us, and we'll be continuing down that avenue. There's some very exciting things going to happen in 2024. The market is certainly there. The buyers are there. If properties are priced to the market, they're going to sell under the hammer. So we have a number of buyers on every property, generally. So it's very rare not to, and it's a matter of whether our vendors, whether you're willing to listen to the market and move on. And that's as clean as it is. All our deals are either 30 or 42 day settlement, so very quick, in and out. Buyers are in and out, and they become the vendors. You can move on, and that's about it. So last but not least is contracts. We really do need the solicitor involved very early on. If you're talking to us, getting the appraisals done next week, we've got a lot of appraisals on next week. You've got to be talking to your solicitor to get that contract sorted. Let's get those contracts in so the buyers have time to get them to their financial institutions or to mine, and it's important that we have them bidding at the auction unconditionally. So we did have a couple of situations where we lost 2.5 months on some properties, not being able to get contracts. We lost the buyers, they left the market or bought something else, and that's sad. All the hard work's done, and I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars on marketing properties only for them not to buy it because the solicitor wasn't able to get the contract on time. So there we have it. So we've got another week of listing auctions for February, then we're into the March auctions. April, May, a big month in July. We're going to have 2 auctions in July. Always our second biggest month after December, July. So it's going to be a very active year for us. So get in early, get us to appraise your property early, get it listed so that your solicitor can get those contracts and we can schedule into one of our auctions in Double Bay. Obviously in Double Bay, good old Double Bay, double pay, we get very good results in there. So from all over, stock all over the state. Give us a bell, 040 297 0217, Brian at brianmcmanusrealestate.com, and we'll get you appraised, listed, contracts ready, and marketing commencing immediately. Thanks very much. Contact us. We're on the road for the next week and a half. So give us a bell. We can get to you within a couple of days. Get the appraisals done. Get the listing signed and contracts underway. Thank you.